Hello dear students, welcome to the lecture series of Object-Oriented Programming. In this lecture, we are going to focus on selection control structures such as if statement, else if statement, nested if statement and switch statement. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to construct selection control statements to perform the specific task, as well as you will be able to construct a set of nested if statements to perform a specific task. Now let us see what is selection control structures. We use the selection control structures or branching structures when we want the computer to choose between the alternative actions, the alternative choices. The selection structure is one way of making the logical order different from the physical order, and in the selection control structure specifically the if-else statement and switch statement is used to differ the logical order from the physical order. Now let us see the if statement. The if statement is implemented in the two forms. The first one is simple if statement and the second one is if-else statement. The simple if statement specifies a block of code to be executed if the given condition is true, if the given expression is true, and it allows to make the decision and execute the statement conditionally. Now, please check the syntax here of a if statement. If you observe here I have written if. Please observe if is a lowercase letter, and inside that if the expression is given. Now whenever the result of this expression, the result of this condition is a boolean value, that boolean value can be true or false depending upon that the if statement will be executed. If the boolean value result is true, then the statements inside the blocks will be executed, and if the condition is false, then that computer will not execute that set of statements inside the block, but directly that the statements will be executed which are not inside the if statement block. Now please let us see the example over here. Here I have integer a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 10. Now I have here the if statement if a is greater than b. Now here a greater than b is my expression. Now I need to check the value of that expression, whether the value of that expression is true or false. If the value of that expression is true, then only the cout statement which is inside the if block will be executed, else the statement will be terminated, and it will not print anything. Okay, so now here a is 20 and b is 10. So 20 is greater than 10, so the statement is true. So in that case the output will be printed as learning is a fun. Okay, now let us see the next statement, that variation of a if statement, that is if a statement. If the if statement can have the if statement can have an optional else clause, and it is used to specify the block of code to be executed if the condition is false. Okay, now in the previous example we have seen that if the condition is true, then only the block will be executed, but here if the condition is false, then the alternative block will be executed. Now please observe the syntax here. If expression, if this expression is true, if this condition is true, then this block will be executed, else the control will directly go to this else statement and the block inside the else statement will be executed. Now please observe the example. Here I have a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 10. Now if a is greater than b, now here as a is 20 and b is 10, the condition is true, the expression is getting true. So the a is greater, that statement will be executed and that statement will be printed, and in that case that else statement will be ignored completely. Okay, but now if I have a value as a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 40, now in that case here the condition will be checked first, that a is greater than b. If no, then control will not come here and this statement will not be printed, but control will directly move towards the else statement and the statement b is greater will be printed as A is greater than B, that statement will get false, as the value of A is equal to 20 and the value of B is equal to 40. So in that case, only this else part, only the alternative part will be executed and displayed on the screen. Let us see the nested if statement. Nested if statement execute a block of code between more than two alternatives. There can be more than one else if statements, but only one if statement and else statement. If the condition 1 evaluates to true, the block 1 will be executed. Now please observe this syntax. Now here the syntax of nested if else statement is available. Now here if condition 1, if this condition 1 is true, then only that block 1 will be executed, but if the condition 1 is not true, then control will jump to the next condition, that is else if condition. Now this else if condition 2 will be checked, and if this else if condition 2 is true, then block 2 will be executed, but if this condition true is false, then the control will directly go to the else statement, and then the block 3 will be executed. So in such a way, if else if that is nested if statement will be executed. Now if you observe here, there is only one if statement and only one else statement, but you can have multiple else if statements in the nested if conditions, in the nested if program. Okay, now let us see a simple example here. An integer is accepted from the user, and that integer will be stored in the number variable. Now let us check the value of that number variable. Now here the use of else if statement is if else statement is executed, it is used. Now if the number is greater than 0, for example, let us consider the number I have entered here, it is 5. Now here, if the number is greater than 0, then this block will be executed, that is positive integer as a 5. But in case if the number is minus 5, then the condition will be checked here first, that is if minus 5 is greater than 0. Of course the condition is false, then in that case this block will not be executed. The control will directly jump from this statement to else if statement. Now here the condition will be checked, minus 5 is less than 0. Yes, minus 5 is less than 0. So in that case the condition is true. So this block, that is negative integer minus 5, will be printed on the screen. Now let us consider the number is not positive, the number is not negative, but the number which I have entered is a 0. Now that number will be compared here. 0 is greater than 0, no, condition false. So control will move here. Now again it will be checked, 0 is less than 0, no, then control will come here towards the else statement, and the output, that is you have entered 0, will be printed on the screen. After that, after 3 of the conditions has been checked, the next statement, that is Cout end, will be printed on the screen. So first the conditions have been checked, and then only the statements which are after those conditions will be printed on the screen. Now let us move towards the switch statement. The switch statement is a multiple branching statement where, based on the condition, the control is transferred to one of the many possible points. Now if you observe the syntax, here there are many possible conditions, okay, and the switch statement allows a variable to be tested for equality against the list of values. Here there are number of values, that is condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, you may have condition 4, and so on. So number of values are there. So the variable which is there in the expression, that will be tested, tested for the equality against this list of values, and that each value is considered as a case. If you observe here, the keyword case is used, and after that keyword, that the condition will be or the value will be followed. Okay, now each value is considered as a case, and the variable being switched on is checked for each case. If the match is found with the case, then the statement of the case will be executed. If nothing matches, then the default condition will be used. Now if you observe here, now if I have a expression as a condition 1, for example, now that condition 1 will match to the first case, that is condition 1, then in that case these statements will be executed. And if I have a condition here which is not listed over here, okay, for an example, then in that case the default statement, whatever you have written under that default case, that will be printed on the screen. If you observe here, the break statement is available in each condition. The break statement is used to end a particular case. Now here the break statement is used to break the condition 1, then in the second case the break statement is used to break the condition 2, and so on. When a break statement is reached, the switch terminates and the flow of control jumps to the next line followed by the switch statement. If the break is not there, then it will continue to execute the subsequent cases until the break is reached. Now for example, here I forgot to write a break statement, then what will happen? The whole conditions after this condition 1, the condition 2, condition 3, condition 4, condition n, all these statements will be executed continuously, and it will be executed unless and until it will get the break statement. Okay, and if you forgot to write the break statement, then all the conditions will be executed continuously. Now here, if I forgot to write the break statement here, but break statement is available, then after this condition, this condition 2 will be executed and there will be a break for the switch case. Now let us see the example. Now here I have a grade, character grade as a D. Now here grade is equal to D is my expression. Now this expression will be compared with all the multiple values which are referred as a cases over here. Now let us check the first case. Now here case A. Let us compare that grade with A. Now what is the value of grade? The value of grade is D. A with D compared, the condition, the variables are, the condition is not getting matched, that is the value of that case is not getting matched, so this statement will not be executed. Now let us move towards the next case. Then the grade will be compared with this case, that is now the grade is D and here the case is C. So again the match is not found, so this statement will not be executed. In the same case, this case will also be not executed. And now let us come to the next case. Now the grade is D and here case is D. So here the case is matching, and so once the compiler will get the same matching case, in that case the statements which are under that case will be executed. Now cout upass will be printed on the screen, and after that immediately the break statement has been applied. So after that the switch statement will be break, and after that the control will directly come to the next statements which is out of the switch statement. Now from here the switch statement has started and it is ended here. So after that now I have got the match, and after that you pass, that statement will be printed and switch case will break here, and after that the control will move towards this cout your grade is D. Okay, to this statement the control will come and it will be printed on the screen. So total two statements will be printed on this screen, that is you pass and second one is your grade is D, and after that your program will get terminated. So I hope you have understood the selection control structures. In the next lecture we will see loop structure. Thank you. Happy learning.